Hey everybody, PKL Gamer here, and this is my first attempt at this. I've done some live streaming, but not really a sit down and talk sort of thing. But, you know, I want to do something like this called Let's Talk Live. I made a nice little topic, and I know a lot of people may kind of get a little irritated if I say Nintendo and failures on the Switch. And I am watching the chat. I don't have the chat up. I don't know if I'm going to ever do chat in front of this. I'm going to evolve as this going forward. But, yeah, you know, I want to talk about the Switch. I mean, of course, here it is, the Switch. A lot of us have got one. A lot of us have heard of it. If you haven't, you've probably been living under a rock. But we're approaching 2 months. 2 months since this sucker came out. May 3rd is coming up quick. And we're 1 week out from probably other than Zelda, so far in the life cycle of this console, one of the biggest releases, which is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And a very, very big, heavily multiplayer game. And there's a few things I want to talk about that Nintendo is failing. They're not really failing. I guess like a horrible, like they're just completely screwing everything over, but in certain circumstances, they kind of are failing a little bit. So the biggest thing, I guess we have to talk about is the online or lack of any development. And I've been trying to tell people to hold off for a little bit. You know, sure, it came out. It's a soft launch. What's a soft launch? A soft launch is, well, it comes out. The system was bare bones. The operating system's bare bones. You can't even use a web browser that's actually embedded into it. So, you know, I gave them, Nintendo, some credit. I was like, okay, I'm going to hold off for a little bit. 2 months, just about, we're into it, and we don't have any type of additions to the online infrastructure like voice chat. Now, voice chat's supposed to be going through that app, right? And if you look on the website, that app is going to come out in summer now. But I really did think, and you guys can, you know, tell me, I am watching the chat. I see first name, last name here, Luigi Kid 138. I am not, you know, I'm trying to I'm a one-man show right here, so I'm going to try to do the best I can, but did you guys think that we'd be near the Mario Kart release and we wouldn't have voice chat? Or what about party chat? What about parties? If the game doesn't support friends, like Fast RMX was just updated this week and it didn't have any friends mode. It's kind of strange. And I'm disappointed in Nintendo that they've hit this point. And I know, going back and looking, that they said online it's free all the way to fall. I knew they were going to be doing a lot of testing. But did that mean that it needs to be this bare bones? And yeah, first and last thing said, let's face it, it's a Zelda player at the moment. And I have thought this exactly. I've looked at it and I went, this is a fucking Zelda machine right now. Now, there's a lot of great games out there. I'm thinking about getting Blaster Master Zero. There's a lot of other good games like Puyo Puyo Tetris. If you're into that thing, I've tried it. You know, Daryl Jazwan, thanks for joining. It's a totally unbiased opinion. The Switch is perfect. Switch is it's good. It's a good system. I'm not bashing the system. I freaking love this system. It feels like a really good launch. I'm just wondering why we've come to the point where Nintendo is not talking about their online infrastructure. They're not improving. So, with Mario Kart coming up, I did think they would have a lot of stuff in place. So if the app, that mobile app for our phones, my phone's in there, I don't have it to use as a prop. If that thing truly is the only way we're going to get voice chat, and it's pushed till summer, that means it probably won't come out until we see Splatoon 2. Now, what about people that are wanting to play Mario Kart voice chat? You just have to grab your phone and do Discord, or hell, just do a normal voice call to somebody, which is fine. I'm going to probably grab Cyrus and my other friends and a few people like that and say, do you want to play Mario Kart? And I'm going to say, okay, let's install Discord. We use Discord. We're going to play this tonight. Usually, it's either Diablo, we haven't played that in a while, or World of Warcraft. We play on Friday nights. We use Discord. So Discord is going to probably be used by a lot of people because it works on your phones. But I am sad to see that I couldn't, even if I didn't, they said, okay, we haven't got the cell phone thing out yet. But go get you a Bluetooth headset, and then you can have voice chat. But so, a few things like that are not here, and I am kind of disappointed. But I really thought around this time a lot more stuff would come out. And the next thing I want to talk about is Virtual Console, or the lack thereof, lack of discussion. Luigi Kid 138, the mobile app he thinks is stupid. It kind of is and kind of is. I mean, if as an option, cool. If you're out and about and you hit, you're using your cell phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot and you're playing some mobile online or some online games with your Switch, using that for voice chat as well, that works. But you're right. I'm in my house and I have to grab my phone. And remember, I had my left Joy-Con. I had this bad boy replaced, and they asked me, "Do you have cell phones near you?" And I just said no. They ask you to not have a cell phone near you, but you're supposed to use a mobile app on a cell phone in the future. No, Nintendo, that doesn't make any sense. But what about Virtual Console? Virtual Console, I made a video, and some people liked it, some people didn't, about, well, it's going to be online. Super Nintendo games, all of the games, it says it's going to have online functionality. So, look at the old Mario Karts. Look at good old Contra. Look at Turtles games, Turtles in Time. And they're going to be online. And I think they're holding off a lot of this, and Daryl, I hope I'm saying your name right, says this. He believes the official reveal of the Switch will come at E3. This is probably a soft launch, and you probably didn't come in at the beginning of the show. I said this is a soft launch, and I think all these features are coming at E3, and I didn't think Nintendo would do that. I mean, Virtual Console. I mean, can they not have just put out some Virtual Console, or at least talk about it? We are in the life cycle of the Switch, and Nintendo is still just as super secretive as they always have been. And it is kind of like, I think this is the new Nintendo. I think they're just going to sit back, crack their knuckles, sit there and count their money. I mean, they're making a lot of money on this thing. But they're going to just take their time to show us this stuff. But I did think that Virtual Console would be shown off pretty damn quick. But it's not. So what about another little tidbit? Well, I don't use it. I actually don't use the micro SD slot. I don't use it. I have Zelda's physical. Mario Kart 8 coming next Friday from Amazon is physical. I've got Shovel Knight, a couple other things on there like World of Goo and stuff else. I got 24 gigs open. I don't need it. But I would put an SD card in if I could do things with my save games. People have sent off their Switches, and a lot of people have gotten their saves back just fine. And there is a cloud service because I've seen some people on Reddit use the cloud service. And it downloaded their Zelda saves. But we can't even back up our saves to the SD card, and that would be the one and the main thing I would get an SD card right now because I don't need the space. I'm one of these weird old farts who like the physical games, so the physical copies, but I don't want to lose my Zelda saves, and I can't wait till we can back them up. And I hope part of this infrastructure and part of this online is going to be cloud saves. Xbox has it. If you don't know, haven't watched my my show before, and I've been on here for a little while, going on 2 years, almost this July actually. Late last year, Lightning took out a TV, a PS4, a satellite box, and I think my Wi-Fi router. Yeah, and I finally got a new PS4, and thank God I had cloud saves. If I hadn't had cloud saves, I would have been fucked. I had nothing. I would have had no backups, and I had that, and it was great to have the cloud save ability. But right now, it feels like, and let's go on and talk about storage. The back of that Nintendo Switch dock is a blue USB port. That's USB Type 3 port. Hey, Xavier. No problem, you're late, but it's all good. It's kind of a weird time I'm starting at, but there's no external hard drive support. Okay, come on, Nintendo. Sony took years to put that in the freaking PS4. Why? There's some people that take this son of a bitch, they dock it, and they never take it out. They don't want mobile gaming. And this thing docked is a game console, but you can't use external storage yet. Okay, external storage is not to be found, and you can't back up your saves. You don't have any cloud save ability, and if you send your Switch in, you're just hoping they don't lose all your saves, especially with the biggest game right now, the Zelda Breath of the Wild. Like it said earlier in the chat, it's a Zelda player right now. But those some failures so far that I just don't understand what Nintendo is waiting on, other than, like it said, Daryl, I am saying your name wrong, I apologize. He says it's going to be the full reveal at E3. This is a really soft launch. Oh, what about the next thing they have not done? And at first, I was okay with this. I told people, don't diss the Switch for no apps. We're nearly 2 months into it. There's no Netflix. There's no YouTube. There's no Amazon. There's no Hulu. There's no nothing. And, let's see, first name, last name. He says the system wasn't ready to launch. No games, no virtual console, no online service, no external storage, no systems in stock. Really no extensive games. You're right. I said this a few months back. I think right after this had launched, I said right after it launched, I could see this have launched in May or June. You could have had Splatoon 2. You could have had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Zelda, all these things they're releasing on. And right now they're running on indie games and what's on there. And what's cool is what's on this eShop is growing and it's getting really good, but it's not really there. You're right. A lot of people are starting to wonder because we were just so clamoring for this thing. I don't think they were ready. Luigi Kid just said, I'm giving the Switch a year, not staying or saying it will fail, but it should be better by then. Yeah, actually, I don't even think you need to wait I don't think you need to wait a year. I think you need to look around Christmas time or Hanukkah, wherever you celebrate. You're going to have the other big games like Skyrim, if you like that. You're going to have the Sonic games. You're going to have the Splatoon, Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, Zelda. you're going to have a plethora of big games, small games, and that eShop is going to be full. And by Christmas, they're charging for that online service. It's got to be ready, or they're freaking retarded. So, I mean, wait a year if you want to, but I would really kind of think about getting one around Christmas time. What else am I talking about that I call a failure on their part? One of the biggest things that I can see is accessories. They can't keep in stock controllers. They can't keep in stock the Pro Controller. Okay. That's a PS4 controller. Old one off my busted PS4 that I Bluetooth or I connect up to this PC ever so often if I want to play. This is a $60 controller. That Pro Controller is heralded as like one of the best freaking controllers there is. And Cyrus Martin, a lot of people, everybody I talk to has been, oh yeah. It's worth $70. If it's so good, why can't you make more, Nintendo? This sucker up here cost you a lot to make, and it's new. A Switch console, the dock, cables, Joy-Cons, and all that nice packaging and everything. Okay, it takes a little bit more, but that Pro Controller is a great controller. People love it. It shouldn't be fucking hard to find like a unicorn. And hell, I went to Target. I took off. It actually, the Switch released on my wedding anniversary, so I spent the day with the wife, and then we got, I got my stuff. Went home later on that evening. I finally played. I played it a lot later than everybody else had played. And I went to Target, and I'd been reading about, some problems with the scratching. And I asked him, I said, hey, where's your screen protectors? We didn't get any. Okay. Then I went next door to a GameStop. They had screen protectors. I showed you, if you find, go back on my channel and do the look at my unboxing. I basically held this thing like this. I didn't even put any fingerprints after I got off there. I'll put this on here. It's got a couple bubbles at the edge, but this thing has no scratches on the screen, and I made sure of that because I was reading about scratches. But then I was in that GameStop, and they said, hey, the guy was talking about to me. He goes, the little stand that you click like 4 Joy-Cons in and charge. He said, yeah, we pre-bought them, and they're supposed to be in. We haven't got any. And of course, that's March 3rd. That's way back. This sporadic back and forth of not delivering accessories is crazy. Let's see. Luigi Kid said he saw a lot of Pro Controllers at Walmart, and it's nuts. Joy-Cons too. I've seen Joy-Cons and a few things on the side. No chargers. I have not seen one Pro Controller. Daryl, I'm going to say that's what you're being called right now. Lost my Pro Controller moving. It hurts my soul, especially, spend over $70. That hurts, man. That would be exactly what I do. I'd lose something. I've moved twice. I'd moved twice. It sucked because I think about getting one, but I like the Joy-Con grip. I'm going to get the charging grip. I'm just going to get the charging grip, I just don't understand how they're doing this, and I think it's done on purpose. People keep saying online, hey, good old Nintendo, they don't want a lot of stock on the shelves. They want to make you think it's sold out everywhere, and really it is. And it's crazy that the games are like that. Bomberman, Super Bomberman R. It's gotten some mixed reviews. But a lot of people want it. My buddy's like, I can't find it in the store. I want a physical copy of it. And Cyrus is like, I can't find it in the store. And it was that day on the 3rd. I was in Target with my wife. We were looking around, and I, went by the electronics. She likes electronics stuff too. And we would look at movies. I sat there and stared at copies of Bomberman, and a lot of people couldn't find them. So Like Luigi Kid was saying, he had tons of Pro Controllers and Joy-Cons. I had tons of Bomberman R's in my area, and other people couldn't find them. My friends in Colorado, and Cyrus is in Texas. It's too sporadic in the way they are just serving up their stock. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. So that we I've talked about a few things. I'm not hating on the system. I love this system. It's just the most inventive system in a very long time. Yes, Nvidia did it with a Shield, but guess what? Nvidia's on board with this. Those Shields had the mobile games, old games. This is Nintendo. And I love that if they keep selling, they've sold over 2.4, 2.5 million already. They get up close to 10 million pretty quick and just they will surpass the Wii U. We're going to get a lot of good games. And like Luigi Kid saying, some people are going to wait till next year. I would say look at this Christmas. I looked at the negative things, but let's look at the future, what they're going to do. And a lot of people are saying E3. What are they going to do at E3? And I wasn't just going to talk about the negative. I mean, the online stuff, unfortunately, is not there, but it does work. And hopefully it doesn't suck next week with Mario Kart, as long as it works. And I can get in there and play with my friends and maybe, get some audio on the side of Discord. It's fine. Virtual Console's not there. Okay, that's fine. I don't think they should have waited this long. And the storage stuff. But what are they going to show at E3? Well, we do know they said they're going to show a lot of games. Well, we know big games, like whether you like them or not, like Skyrim, which is a re-release, Mario Odyssey, then you got Sonic Mania and Sonic, I forgot the new project, Sonic 2017. It's got a name now. It always slips my mind. It looks great. You're going to see, I think they're going to finally just reveal a new Metroid or something new that's a Nintendo IP. They're going to line up. They've already had the Nintendo Indies thing. So I don't think there are going to be a lot of Indies games. I think there are going to be a few indie games. And I think they're going to line up a ton of games. Then, being a soft launch, they're going to finally reveal the Virtual Console. Then they're going to show off what's going on with the Virtual Console, and then they're going to show the online. Hey, Real Sonic Videos, the guy who makes my cool stuff you see in the intro, Sonic Forces. He would know. And Xavier, Sonic Forces, Retro Bro. Hey, Retro Bro, how you doing? And you sold your Switch after beating Zelda. Scumbag reseller. I thought that was funny. Well, if to be honest and just to have some fun here, if you got tired of it, you sell it. You'll probably pick you up one a little bit later, I guess. But we're looking at and talking about what the issues I've had about Nintendo's failures. The Virtual Console is just not existed. The online is still not really there. Save games, not be able to move your save games, external storage, the accessories, all the problems that they can't even, Yeah, and Luigi Kid said 2 Sonic games in Mario Odyssey, the Switch will sell like crazy. This Christmas, I'm telling you this, if Microsoft don't get their shit together and get that Scorpio below that $499, which was kind of Digital Founders were talking about, they might as well just go sit in the corner and cry. But again, let me loop back to what he was talking to. He's talking about E3. What are they bringing up next? They got to bring out a bunch of games. They're going to show their online. Is that all they're going to do, is show their online and finally flesh out the Virtual Console and show games? Or they got anything more up their sleeve? I don't think they really need a lot up their sleeve. But I think what they need to do is to lay out, finally, stop being secretive. Even now they're secretive. Lay out their entire plan of games, online infrastructure, Virtual Console, all the new features, and move forward. And Aaron Daugherty. I'm sorry, I'm bad. I'm still getting over a cold if I can't pronounce your name. Do you think they could show Dark Souls 3 and maybe Final Fantasy 7? Hope so, but I think Sony will have that at a time exclusive. I'm really excited for Xenoblades. Oh yeah, Xenoblades 2, a huge game. There was some, Go Nintendo talked about they got some new technology. Let me look it up. Hold on a second. Let's see. While I'm doing this, basically the Switch technology, or the technology to render Dark Souls 3 type games, has been developed and put out for the Switch. It's got a Switch version. So yeah, I could see Dark Souls 3 running on it. Final Fantasy 7, the remake will come to a lot of consoles. It's running on Unreal. It won't look as good, but Unreal Engine has 2 new settings. A low-end setting for the, or lower setting for the dock, and a higher setting for the undocked. All they got to do is flip their game over those modes. If Square doesn't, they're idiots. We also got to think about some of the one of the old not developers, one of the producers who worked on the Chrono Trigger games. They turned around and said they're going to be doing something to Switch. So I'm getting back to the comments here. Retro Bro, he said, yeah, it's pretty shitty there was no virtual console. Kind of bullshit after they toured free online as a perk for early adopters, when in reality it's free aid. They didn't have anything to justify paid. You're right. It's very, very light. Daryl says Xenoblade has to come out next year. I can see that. He says this year. 2-minute stuff coming out next year. I think it's ready because there was a post or a tweet where the people are already doing the voice acting for United States. They're already getting that ready. Aaron's saying, look at the world. Monolith Soft helped on Xenoblades. Will be off the chains and predict a very refined game. I think I didn't play the Xenoblades games, but I didn't have a Wii U. I skipped it. I'm getting Xenoblades. First Name says, over here in Germany, the Switch dock is available. It is available even separately in the US as well. If not, good question to Nintendo. Why Nintendo? Well, I did see that they're now online. You could buy them, but not in stores yet. And that's another thing. Oh, that was the thing that they're failing at big time. The prices. $90 for a dock and cables? Are you batshit crazy, Nintendo? I'm not paying that. I'm not paying $90 for a dock, even if I wanted another dock. I'll reach around there and unplug the shit and walk it upstairs or move it somewhere else. $70 for your Pro Controller, $10 more premium than Microsoft or Sony charges. And people do pay it. I'm not bashing anybody that pays it if you want to buy it, but $80 for two of these? This technology is new. It does cost them a little bit to miniaturize this. It does. $70 for a pair, maybe $30 a pop. Okay, but they did this in the Wiimotes, and it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just a little controller. It's like $299 for this system was great. I was wanting $250, but after having it in my hand, playing it, doing all the good stuff, I'm okay with $299. The only thing I'm looking to buy is the charging grip at $30. Partially because, one, I can't find a Pro Controller, whereas people like, Luigi Kid here says he can find a lot of them. Your stock sucks. I'm not giving you $70, Nintendo. It's a shitty way of doing things. And I actually like the controller setup with the Joy-Con grip. So I'll just be able to charge it like that. So, yeah, actually talked 30 minutes here. This is my first Let's Talk Live. So, what have we talked about? Well, the Switch online features have not been fleshed out, and we're a week away from Mario Kart releasing and almost 2 months out from the release. Virtual Console is nowhere to be found. Storage, you can't plug in a USB hard drive with a USB 3.0 port on the back of that thing, and your SD cards, you can't back up your saves. The availability of a lot of the freaking accessories is batshit crazy backwards. Again, Luigi Kid says he can find a ton of them. I can't. And then the prices of some of them are stupid. This is what gets me. Is Nintendo, I know Retro Bro here is watching, here is listening. He sold his Switch. Some people are going to sell it, some people are going to come back to it. This is a good device. Okay? This is a really good device. Well made. Had my Joy-Con fixed. This is my original Joy-Con. They fixed it. They have some launch issues. So did the PS4 and Xbox One this last generation. But they do all these other things so haphazardly and backwards that I don't understand where they're going. Do you guys? Yeah, Luigi Kids are agreeing. And so the Real Sonic Videos, the prices over top, docks, crazy expensive. A lot of controllers, but no Switch. Yeah, well, the Switch is selling out every time they're making it. Aaron is right in here. Rumor has it that Retro is not doing Metroid, even though they put out that tweet of Prime. But the studios within Nintendo. I don't care who makes a Metroid. I'll tell you what they also need to do. They need to bring Pokemon. I just thought about, talking about these games. ARMS looks to be a very good game. So a lot of people are not looking forward to it. But it is a new boxing, first party game. But if they bring out Pokemon, just like the original Game Boy, and sell that, it'll fly off the shelves. It'll fly off the shelves so fast that what we're thinking now is sales of the Switch will be puny. I don't know. Real Sonic Videos is saying, he talked about E3. I think they need to really deliver the wanted franchises. Yeah. Daryl says ARMS is going to be awesome, trust me. And Aaron says he just wants Metroid. I think ARMS is going to be good. I really wish I hope they put a demo out for it, because if it's fun and it's good, I'll pick it up. Real Sonic Videos, you're right. They need to come out and line up the games. They need to go ahead and say, okay, Skyrim is this special edition. It's got all these extra features coming on the Switch. Xenoblade 2 is coming right here. Here's all the features. New game, maybe Metroid or something, is coming right here. Luigi's Mansion. Please, God, put me a new Luigi's Mansion out. Coming here. Capcom, start making new games. Excuse me. Like I said, still sick, so getting all this. They need to line them up and just boom, boom, boom. Whereas Microsoft's over there going teraflops and look at our powerful system. Nintendo just needs to just game, boom, uppercut with the game. And then they could come out and say, Virtual Console online. Oh, you want to play your Nintendo 64 games, multiplayer. Oh, here's all our new features. Oh, our online is a lot cheaper than Sony's and Microsoft. Microsoft can come away from that limping as even with a great Scorpio announcement, Yeah, Aaron said Mario will send a Switch into the Oblivion when it comes out. It's to sell. I already pre-bought Mario. I don't need to, but I don't even care if it gets to that point where people start buying it up. Xavier says, would play the waiting game be the best? Perhaps wait for a price drop or release more content. I don't think we're going to see a price drop until another year. But you got a $299 system. They're probably going to drop things on Black Friday. Remember, I was telling Luigi Kid here listening or typing in here, The games will come out. It's going to be near past fall. The online is going to be established. People could sell the Switch for $50 cheaper. There's your incentive price drop. I think people, if you see the games you want and you can get on that Black Friday deal, get one. Luigi Kids, yeah, just do good content. Or also, Xavier, if it just rolls out as E3 and you see just this many games and it's coming out you want to play, get one. Trust me, it's a good system. Daryl said, it would be killer if MVC Infinite is announced. Thank you. I want that game. I don't want Ultra Street Fighter 2. No, Capcom. I'm not paying $40 again for it. I'm an old fart. I've got the Genesis version back there. I got to find at my parents' house a Super Nintendo version. I don't want another copy of Street Fighter 2. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, take my fucking money. I want a physical copy of it, and I want to sit there and play it. If I need to go buy a Pro Controller for it, I'll buy a Pro Controller for that. Real Sonic Videos, Metroid, Monster Hunter, yeah, Pikmin, a new Pikmin game. That would sell gangbusters. Pokemon, yeah. Aaron says, what about the Friday the 13th game that would be Savage? That would be cool. Let me see. Let me look that up real quick. Friday the 13th game. I know it got crowdfunded, and where was it going? Here we go. Let me get it up here real quick. Come on. Of course, the site's not on the load, but yeah, that game looked pretty damn good. There we go. I don't know what the requirements are of it, but if it's, programmed in a really good engine, I think, is it Unreal? Like I said, I'm looking at this on the fly. It says it's going to be on Xbox One, Steam, and yeah, I don't know. That's, I think it could work. I don't know. Let me look here real quick. I know I'm kind of just staring at the screen. I don't like to do that a lot, but let me see. But yeah, if it works right, sure, why not? Real Sonic Video says, I also hope we get a new Smash Brothers. I know Smash 4 can be ported, and we'll get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But yeah, they need to do less ports. I think the only reason we got a Mario Kart port is because they wanted to dump this thing on the system and run with it. They did. Excuse me. And I don't want to see any more ports. I want to see Mario Kart 9 in a couple years. I want to see a new Smash. It would be awesome. Aaron said, Fire it can run. Yeah, I think it would. If the thing about it is when the Switch sells enough, game companies will make stuff work for it. See what Daryl's saying. I know nobody really cares about it, but I would like another wonderful 101 game. Hardly nobody knows about that game. It would be a gem. My buddy loves those. He loved them on the GameCube. And, we could see a revival of some of these games coming out. I mean, we could. We could see a revival, and it would be Switch-only games, Nintendo-only games, and the system sells enough, and it's already off to a massive start. Then we'll see. We know Capcom's going to make games. They've already said it. Then we're going to see Ubisoft. They're supposed to be making games. I'm hoping Fractured But Whole is coming to it. It was delayed indefinitely right now. What do you think? I'm saying Switch version. I'm calling it now. Yeah, it's a good game. Real Sonic Videos said, Luigi Kid saying, I got what I wanted, Sonic Mania, because it wasn't announced until the Switch event. Yeah, some people are drooling for that. Sonic Forces is I like the more modern ones. Not saying I don't like the old ones, but I want to look for. I will get both of them probably. Yeah, RPGs are already coming on this thing. That is really cool. I mean, we're getting a lot of Japanese stuff. The tweet about the person, from the Chrono Trigger developer, or I think it's producer. I know I'm forgetting it. That would be awesome if we get something along those lines. So, yeah. Wow, I've approached 40 minutes here. I have actually got to get off here. I got some stuff to do. I actually got to get off here and play some online. I actually had my friend call me, probably seeing if we're going to be gaming. So, I did enjoy this Let's Talk Live. Go back in the comment section and tell me what you'd like to see different. Again, there's stuff here. I just got some stuff up here in OBS. I'm trying things out. I don't know if I'm going to put the chat. I need to figure this out. I may move stuff off to the side and put the chat up and let people see it. I'll figure this out slowly. I'm going to work on it. And then, send me some information, comment. What do you want me to talk about? This is something that I want to try to do and get to where I can talk with you guys and get, sometimes it's great just to talk, and then I get off the camera and I'm editing. I'm like, shit, I didn't say that, but I just don't have time to really redo it. So I really enjoy this. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is the first Let's Talk Live. Put my friend code on my channel. Yeah, I'll put that. I'll put my friend code in. I'll go ahead and change the description for my friend code for my Switch, and we'll do that. Yeah, Real Sonic Videos. I appreciate it. Like I said, Real Sonic Videos did a lot of great stuff for my intro. All of it. This little, the circle here, all of this. He did this for me for free because he likes me. He likes my stuff. But he could do a lot of good stuff for everybody. So if you want to, he does the graphics art. He doesn't do it for free. I guess he picked me because he wanted to do it for free. But I do appreciate what he does. So give him a shout if you want something like that. And like I said, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next Let's Talk Live. I appreciate everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. All right, everybody. PKO Gamer, out.